The magic kitchen and laundry. The best sweet potato pie in town comes from this East Side laundromat, where bone-tired mothers are overrun by children still speaking all the languages of joy, and the Cherry Street prostitutes take a much-needed break from one of the few jobs America has offered. There, at that window where you might expect to pick up your dry cleaning, but no one in this neighborhood has owned anything worth such expense in years. Not since the auto plant shuttered and the money scattered like cockroaches to township subdivisions with fear white fences and Kemlon dreams. And maybe that's you there on a stepladder in your freshly blacktop driveway, your new boat, gleaming 300-horse Evinrude, and the name Weekend Warrior painted in gold glitter. Or maybe you are this woman here in plastic pumps and hidden scars, gathering aromas from passing takeout, resting your eyes and feet before being kicked back to the street. When you were a child, you didn't dream of turning tricks to feed your kids. You dreamt of being an architect or a zookeeper or a ballerina like the one you once saw at a matinee of the Nutcracker, how she spun into a blur, shedding all her angles, and then leapt free of all those hands trying to hold her.
She's a wife and a mother, girl about 18, manager on the day shift, we're at Burger King. She was going to join the army, but then the baby came. Now she's living on the edge of Casper, looking for a new dream. It ain't a wasteland, it's a sad land of people getting by, trying to earn a little money, watch TV, get high. From the high plains to the badlands where life's just blowing by, while the wind whips those clay blasted days, casts them in the sky. Her husband lost his job down at the Gas and Go, for drinking in the bathroom, passing out on the floor. But the oil fields are tougher, it's a piss test every day. He ain't trying very hard to find another way. And it ain't a wasteland, it's a sad land of people getting by, trying to earn a little money, go out drinking, get high. From the high plains to the badlands where life's just blowing by, while the wind whips those clay brushed days, cast them in the sky. She could sign up at the college, become a dental tech, get a loan, go to part-time, but they need that whole paycheck. Maybe she'll just leave him here to wake up in his mess, take the baby, move in with a friend over in July. Wasteland, sad man, people getting back, trying to earn a little money, go out drinking, get high. From the high plains to the badlands, where life's just going back, while the wind whips those clay blocks to death, casts them down the sky.
Later we second-guessed it. Later there were piles of bones at every pull-out on the rutted road, carcasses stripped of easy meat, clean white femurs on beaches, deer and pig. That first day you drove us all the way to the end of the island. The road narrowed, rose unguarded along the cliffs, descended. Too much to take in, mountains green and sharp behind us, snail tracks of waterfalls, the open ocean past the cove. I lay on the sand while you swam, the snorkel and mask you gave me still in their bag. Like so much else, I'd regret it later. Walking to the car, we found the first bone propped against rocks in the low sun, yellowish, weathered, wavy-edged like the lobe of a leaf, stippled with holes. We picked it up, put it back. You took the photo. We second-guessed it later, but this was the real thing, scapula of a whale, striated like the underside of a chanterelle, broad as both your shoulders.
This bar stool is the center of the universe. And all these beautiful drunks, planets and stars, named for half-forgotten gods, spinning madly away from some half-remembered Big Bang, aligning themselves into patterns of half-imagined constellations. And each successive bottle of beer, a telescope into their cloud-covered geographies. But somewhere in this bar, perhaps in the wild neon eyes of the man gripping tight to a melting glass, or in the riverine hips of the woman dancing alone in her own pool of red light, or in a napkin bleeding a phone number dropped to the floor like a sycamore leaf in October, somewhere is the event horizon, the leading edge of a black hole, silently and terribly drinking in every particle of intention and purpose, their pulses growing faster and fainter with each decreasing revolution until last call sends us spiraling blindly to 1,000 anonymous oblivions. And somewhere, millions of light years away, a man standing alone in his backyard beside a broken tricycle and a row of moon-spotted tomato plants, looks up and foolishly, like a child, makes a wish.
rising sun. You can only lay around and worry for so long. So making for your belly, black coffee for your cup. Take away what you have to carry, carry on. Eyes wide awake now, try to be here for it all. Flying down the highway, heaven bound. You can't take it with you, don't let it take you now. Keep it moving, keep it still somehow. Travel. It's a way you can take it slow. You really told you it was gonna be easy, didn't know. Another hill you have to conquer, a race you have to run. Always ends the same for everyone. Eyes wide awake now, try to be here for it all. Flying down the highway, heaven bound. You can't take it with you, don't let it take you now. Keep it moving, keep it still somehow. Travel on. Maybe when love's lost and alone, you hear a song on the radio, sung by someone been somewhere you know. All along the highway, real life flashing by, people like you and me, everyone we know. Travel on.
bowling ball, baby seal face, hairy goblin that eats children alive. Of the coco's 3 eyes, only one will open to a straw or sprout. This one rests face down on pebbles near a milky triangle of sea glass, a pill of white plastic. He might have floated all the way from the beach built of Molokai sand at Waikiki, a shrunken head balding on top, shaggy on the sides. On video, you can watch an anthropologist shrink the head of a pig. His goal, to reverse shrink human heads, restore the leathered skin, jutting jaw, lips pierced with 3 palm pins. That's what my friend's older sister called the work to almost hide the signs of age: eye cream, primer, pencils, powder, restoration. The heads remain brainless, of course, and no help for that hair, wiry as coconut fiber, pronounced coyer, as in more coy, which I have never been. Not choir, like noir, dark, cynical, morally ambiguous, which, yes, is me. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's me. Well,
All right, I skipped Adam.
uh,
We're falling apart.
come on, Sean. Thank you for coming to our rehearsal. Mountains are blue again this morning. There's a cold blanket of clouds stretched thin across the flats. 15 miles of fire burning just beyond the ridgeline. Hallelujah for the rain. It's a scorching season of desperation. The farm fields cracked and brown with a plain. Nowhere to go but into winter. Hallelujah for the rain. I don't know how I'm gonna get by. Keep my kids fed and my mortgage paid. If it keeps on getting harder here, no matter what I do anyway. Hallelujah for the rain. God knows it ain't the first time we've seen hard times. Snow so high you couldn't find the hay. And that bitter spring when half our calves were frozen to the ground. We dug in to fight another day. For now, this wet on my face feels like mercy. And there's fence to fix down on the southeast line. Guess that's all I know about where I'm headed to anyway. Hallelujah for the rain.
All a musician can do is to get closer to the sources of nature and so feel he is in communion with the natural laws. John Coltrane spoke these words 1962. The same year Eichmann's ashes are scattered on the Mediterranean to be absorbed by plankton, which is eaten by crustaceans, climbing up the food chain to eventually become the fish eaten by millions during Passover Seder's. And 300 people died in Germany's largest coal mine explosion. And in Pennsylvania, a coal fire begins burning for 250 years, and Bob Dylan first sings "A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall." And 55 years later, I sit outside this bar in a brief respite between coal trains, listening to the sparrows discuss a coming storm. The aspens of the courtyard sign their thirst, soon to be sated. All any of us can do as the first raindrops fall is to get closer to the sources of nature as the birds fall silent, and so feel we are in communion with the natural laws, even though what I first take for thunder is instead the next coal train rounding the bend.
Without the sidewalk in the foreground, the cobbled wall would look like cracked black earth, the vine like tracks where water ran or ran out. No visible mortar. Maybe the vine holds the stones together, dried and gnarled but still attached. The resort has let things go, condos boarded up, the general store unstocked except for cans of Spam and 20-year-old Aqua socks. The vine looks like varicose veins, wiry capillary tangles, twists and turns of bowel. Beyond the wall, more condos, guave trees with inch-long thorns. We're in the rain shadow, the trade wind shadow. Nothing to do with commerce. Trade means path or tack or track. To blow trade, to blow steadily in a habitual or regular course. And rain shadow means no rain and no shadow, means drought. The vine widens as it climbs out of frame. Would you rather be an alluvial fan or a delta? Disperse under burning sun or drown yourself in someone else?
must be the changing of the season. Just a gypsy in me dreaming. Walking down the road, walking down the road. Everything changes, baby, but you are inside. Walking down the road, walking down the road, walking down the road, walking down the road.
Walking the rails, arms outstretched like a heat-drunk bird, or yet another unremarkable crucifixion. The ties bleed creosote, the air's afire waiting for a spark. Your steps are careful but quick, and you can't stop hearing murder in a faraway whistle. But one man's slaughter is another man's laughter, and everything melts like crayons in the rear window of a Mercury. The river is a dirge, gives up its fish to a one-eyed god, and stops flowing in protest of distant wars on silent television screens. But one man's massacre is another's stock option, and halfway across the train bridge, you pause and don't think about jumping at all.
Slightly better. My head not cocked like a doll's, the bulge of fat below my ribs cropped out. The wrinkles at the corners of my eyes curved to meet the lines behind the apples of my cheeks, the malar eminence. Parentheses around the roundness. It's not always easy to tell young from old, or even alive from dead. Remember the photo I found in my mother's house, Lydia Fudge in waxy black and white, pale as her christening gown, head tipped on the wilted stem of her neck, dead or just asleep. Remember the January plumeria, leafless, scrubby, but still producing blooms, sweetest at night, when the sphinx moth hovers and unfurls its tongue like a New Year's streamer. Tricky flowers, no nectar, just pollen. The moths are charismatic. They draw our attention as the flowers draw theirs. Their predator, the Hawaiian hoary bat, named for its frosted fur tips, the opposite of mine, white at the roots. It's not far from parenthetical to invisible to dead, but for now I'm here in color, walking around in my bikini at 7 a.m. with a flower behind my ear.
I see going down.